today is our paint project, and you can see, like, my worksheet's a little different so I can fit it all on one screen, but yours goes in vertical columns, correct? And at the top is a picture of this bedroom right here. What you will do on your homework today is you will sketch your 3 rooms. You cannot draw them to scale. They're not going to fit in those little rectangles to scale. So you're just going to freehand it, and you're going to use a straight edge to make things look straight, but you will put the actual real-world measurements. You see, like, this bedroom is 16 feet by 11 feet. In no way is this bedroom, like, that length right there 4 inches, because that's what it would be to scale. It just isn't going to fit in that little guy. But I want you to sketch your room so that way the math below it that I can grade, I can see, okay, their room was 16 by 11, right, and they had a closet that was 3.5 feet by 7 feet and all that good stuff. So today we are painting it. And if you would think about it, would you believe painting the room from last chapter is literally like basically finding your lateral area? Like, you know, like if you find the lateral area, take away any obstacles. If there's windows in the way, if there's a door in the way, all of that cool stuff. So here's what we shall do. We shall put the name of our room at the top. This is bedroom. If you have more than one bedroom in your house, you know, between you and your partner, you call it bedroom 1 or bedroom 2. It's like, what are your 3 rooms? So when you do this for homework, you will put your name. Hey, making another rule, you don't get to choose the height. I am choosing the height for everybody. We're going to go with 10 feet. Your normal rooms in your house are probably 8 foot tall, you know, but when we make these little cardboard guys, 8 foot tall is just so tiny. Like this right here is a 12 foot tall like house. Like I think 12 foot is just ridiculous. There's not too many houses that have 12 foot like walls in their house, but you get some 10 footers, and I just think 10 is a happy medium between 8 and 12. So it just looks kind of tiny when you do it to scale. So we're all going 10 feet, and that's an easy number to do math with, right? If you got to take something times 10, you know, it's such an easy number to do math with. So, all right, so let's find the lateral area. Would you believe, without obstacles, if I was to highlight, I'm just like saying I want to paint all of that, right, without obstacles. So we'll do just a little bit of work. The work shown is important. So I need the perimeter of the base times the height of that guy. Let's add it up. It's 16 by 11. So we'll do 16 plus 11 plus 16 plus 11. Are you guys cool that I just found the perimeter of that room to be 54 feet? And, quick help, what is the height of that thing? 10. So do you see, that's some easy math. 540 square feet is the general idea of this room with no obstacles involved with it. But here's the weird part, the closet. The closet has to be painted on the outside of it and on the inside of it, right? So I'm going to use a different highlighter color. Would you believe if I was to paint the inside of the closet, that's already taken care of, right? Not all of it, but this wall and this wall on the inside of the closet have been taken care of. I still need to paint this wall and this wall. And yes, I know there's doors on that closet. We'll deal with those later, but would you believe that those 2 green parts have to get painted, right? Inside and outside, right? So what we'll do is we will find the lateral area of that. I'm going to add just those green ones up because the orange part has already been taken care of, right? The orange part has been accounted for. So 3.5 feet is what that really is. Remember, it's like 3 foot 6 inches isn't 6 inches, half of a foot. So 3.5 feet plus 7 feet is 10.5 feet times the height of 10. And that would turn out to be how much? Did you get 105 back? Okay, but that's just like doing it once. If you have to paint the inside of the closet and the outside on those walls, don't you need 2 of them in that case? So we're going to do times 2 right there. And did you get 210 square feet? 210 square feet is for the inside of that closet. So I think that's probably about it for this room. Like, you need the general lateral area before any obstacles, and then we've got our closet. You got to paint the inside and the outside. Obviously, you don't have to paint the outside of this orange part right here, or that orange part right there. That gets painted, but the green part is special. Cool. So how much total area gets painted right there? Add them up. 750 square feet. That's everything that would get painted if there was no such thing as obstacles in the way. This here room has 3 obstacles. It's got this door right here, it's got this window right here, and there's got to be a closet door as well, which you have the freedom to make up whatever size closet door you want. So that's where we see we're going to do windows. Tell me how many there are. There is 1 in this situation, and it is 30 inches. I told you, you don't get to make dumb numbers like that. Like, I want yours to either be like 2 feet or 3 feet or whatever, like a nice round number, right? So you don't get to make up goofy, but this is 2.5 feet. Now here's where I just have the creative freedom to make the height of my window be whatever I want it to be. You have the creative freedom to make the height of your window to be whatever you want it to be also. But for me to grade this, I have to see you write it down so I know how tall your window is. I'm going to make mine 3 feet tall. So 2.5 feet by 3 feet. Punch that in and see what the area of that window would be. How much did that take up? You got 7.5. Now if I had, make sure we got square feet on it also. If I had like 2 of those or 3 of those or 4 of those, like keeping them all the same is helpful so you don't have to do all these different areas, but I only have 1 of them, so I have 7.5 square feet rocking and rolling. Cool. How many normal doors are in this room? Because some rooms might have more than 1 door, but how many normal rooms are in this guy? Or excuse me, normal doors? 1. Everybody's door is 3 feet wide, and we're going to make another class rule that all doors are 7 feet tall, just to keep it simple. In real life, a door is normally 6 foot 8 inches. I don't want to mess with the weirdness. We're going to call it 7 feet. Is that okay? So times 7 feet. That's an easier one. What's 3 times 7? 21 square feet. Every single normal door that we do, since they're always going to be 3 feet wide and 7 feet tall, should take up 21 square feet, right? So that's keeping it simple for the grader boy. But there is just 1 door, so we have 21 square feet total. And the specialty is where your creativity came in. It's like, okay, what was special? Was there any closet doors? Is there a shower involved with this? Was there some cabinets in this room that we need to take away some area, that kind of stuff? That's the specialty category. We do have a closet door. There has to be a door on the closet. I don't care that you even put it in your picture. Some of you may have it in your drawing already, but I'm going to make this door 6 feet wide. And then how tall should it be? Everybody's doors are the same height. How tall should it be? 7 feet tall. Is that okay with you? So that's 42 square feet. But again, you had the creative freedom to make your closet door be as big as you wanted. Like if your closet was only 5 foot long and it's like and you wanted a 4 foot door there, fine. That's totally cool. It just needs to be 7 foot tall. Is that okay? So it is not a normal door. It's one of those bifoldy doors that spreads out. You have the freedom to make it as wide as you want it to be. Cool? So, all right, so 42 square feet. This is all of our normal subtracted area. Add this, this, and this up, and give me a total subtracted area, baby. I got 112.5 square feet. Is that what y'all got? Adding those up. 7.5 plus 21 plus 42. Is that what you got? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. No wonder why. I made a little boo-boo. Okay? I have no math wrong, but let me ask you this. The closet door, when I paint it, I took away 42 square feet on the front side. Should it also do it on the inside of that closet? Yes or no? Should the closet door take away area twice? Because didn't the inside and the outside get painted, right? So that was the tricky part. The closet door has to be times 2. That's where I had the error. I was like, why did my number come up so big compared to yours? Because of the inside and the outside of the closet. So isn't there 84 square feet of area removed? Because it's inside the closet and outside the closet, like right here. And the only time that will probably happen to you is on a closet. You know, the closets are the weirdos. It's like, okay, you got to do the inside and the outside of it. So if you add those up, don't those add up to be 112.5? Thank you for catching my mistake there. That's the beauty of having a partner, even though you have different rooms, you know, it's nice to double check your brain with their brain because you have the same house, you know. So, okay, so area painted. Would you believe it's our total area, take away our subtracted area, right? So if we subtract 750, take away 112.5, how much square foot is going to get painted? 637.5 square feet. And any normal person, when they're painting something for the very first time, will do it twice, 2 coats of paint. So what we'll do is take that 637.5 and just take it times 2. So that's a nice one. 1275 square feet. And the way I'm judging your facial expressions, that didn't seem too complicated at all, and that was only our first example, right? It gets easier and easier and easier. It's like, all right, I see what we're doing here. So that's for our bedroom. We need 1,275 square foot of area to be painted. Let's see what happens with our bathroom, which has different obstacles in it, right? Obstacle number 1 is your shower/tub. Like, that is totally an obstacle going on. And you've got a vanity cabinet there, you know, like that's, hey, let's change this because I drew this up before we made rules. See how I made that 21 inches deep? Guess how deep it needs to be? 2 feet, right, which is 24 inches, so we'll just call it 2 feet. So my bad on the drawing. We're making that 2 feet deep because everyone's cabinets have to be 2 feet deep. That doesn't affect our paint one bit, though, because that would affect our flooring. So let's start with the lateral area of the entire room before you take away any obstacles. So it's 9 by 9. We will do a little bit of work. Lateral area equals perimeter of the base times height. Be careful on your test. A lot of people found the base area at this spot instead of the perimeter. 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 is not 81. How much is it, baby? 36. And then how tall is our bathroom? 10 feet. Are you guys cool with what I'm doing there? General lateral area. So that's 360 square feet. Is there any closets in your bathroom? It kind of depends on how you drew it. Since this is my bathroom, you can kind of see, it's like, hey, it's not that easy to look at somebody else's floor plan and see what's going on. This is a closet. I'm going to use a different color. This is a closet in my bathroom, aka like a cabinet where I could put towels in and stuff like that. So let's see if we can get the dimensions of it. How wide is this right here? 30 inches, which I'm going to do it in feet. That's 2.5 feet. And then how long is this guy right here? Well, the bathtub itself is 60 inches, which is 5 feet. So since the whole wall is 9 feet, and that's 5 feet, what's left for that dude right there? 4 feet. And yes, we're going to paint both sides of it. We're going to do the outside and the inside. We'll talk about what the shower will do in the obstacle section. So that red area needs painted inside and outside because it's a closet. So I will do the lateral area equals the perimeter times the height. The perimeter of just the red is 2.5 plus 4, which that is 6.5 times the height of 10. So I don't want to go too fast. Are you cool with that being 65? But it's a closet inside and outside of it. Inside and outside. What do I got to do to that guy? Times 2. So how about 130 square feet? What is our total area of this? I call it added area instead of subtract. Like subtracted area makes most sense, so we call this added area. What's our total area, baby? 490, is that right? Yeah. And let's have our label of square feet. Cool. Are there any windows in this bathroom? Your bathroom may or may not have windows, right? But if there are no windows, you would just put 0 in this situation. But this does have a window. It's got one window. It is 30 inches, so that is 2.5 feet. And I'm going to make it 3 feet tall again. Your windows can be different sizes. Like if you wanted this big old window in your living room, cool, do it. You know what I mean? It's like they don't all have to be exactly the same. You can make them whatever you want them to be. So that again is 7.5 square feet, and I just have one of them. But you will find the more consistent you are, the less math you have to do, because it's like, oh, it's the same number I got before. It's the same number I got before. It's the same number I got before. Doors. How many doors are in this bathroom? One door. 3 feet wide by how tall? 7 feet, 21 square feet. And now we got the specialty. A lot of specialty going on here. So if you have big handwriting, we might want to shrink it down a little bit, because we have a cabinet. Would you agree there's a cabinet there, right? We have a shower, right? And I have a closet, which is going to have a door on it, right? So, or a cabinet, you know, that's got a door on it. So let's start by doing our cabinet. And when you're in the kitchen and you got more than one cabinet, I'll show you that on the next one, of how we can kind of merge it all together, because everyone's cabinets are going to be the same height. Check this cabinet out right here. If we built it into the house, you know, like, we are not going to paint behind the cabinet. Does that make sense? You know, it's not a freestanding cabinet. It is like literally, okay, we have built this in. It's attached to the floor and all that stuff, so we're not going to paint behind it. So dimension-wise, don't we just need to know the length of the cabinet, like how long it is and how tall it is, right? The depth of the cabinet makes no sense, does no good to us, right? It's how long is it by how tall is it. That's the rectangle behind it. So how long is this cabinet? 6 feet. And how tall? Everybody's is going to be 3 feet tall. Everybody's cabinets in your kitchen, your bathroom, wherever you put them, are going to be 3 feet tall. Sound okay? So isn't that 18 square feet? I'm kind of working across on this one because I know I got a lot of work to do. So I worked across instead of going down. So I'm going to take away my cabinet. Let's do our bathtub / shower, whatever you want to call it. Tub, shower, whatnot. I really doubt anybody's shower goes all the way up to the ceiling. You might not ever pay attention to stuff like that, but if you have the normal, like, fiberglass shower, it usually is about 6 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then above that, sometimes people have tile, sometimes people just paint up there, you know, but it's like, it rarely goes all the way to the ceiling. You know, if you're tiling all the walls, sometimes the whole thing is tiled. You know, it's like, it's just the tub, you know, and like everything is tiled. So you got to decide. But I'm going to do one of these standard, like, fiberglass showers that is 6 feet tall. Cool? So here's where I want to take away. Let me use a third color highlighter. Would you believe the shower wall is going to be like right there, you know? It's also going to be like right there and right there. In that orange part, there's going to be my shower, correct? So I'm going to take away this lateral area. I need this orange perimeter. Could you tell me the orange perimeter? This is 2.5 feet, 5 feet, and another 2.5 feet. What is that orange perimeter? 10 feet. All right. This is 2.5 feet. I'm going to make sure we're good, because this is the weird one. 5 feet and 2.5 feet. See how I'm just adding up, like, all of those. What is the height of that, though? It's not going to be 10 feet. It is going to be how much? 6 feet. So my shower is going to take up 10 feet by 6 feet, which is 60 square feet that I didn't have to paint. And up there, I'm painting it. I went over to Voorhees, and she said, oh, some people wanted to put tile up there. And there is tile available on Indian's Hardware store. Like, it's in the flooring section, you know, but it's like, that's just getting creative. I'm fine with that if you want to do it. The easier you make it, the better your grade could be. I'm just going to paint it. Is that okay with what I chose to do? I'm just going to paint up there. And then the last thing is my cabinet door. Like, you know, so like my cab door. It's going to be right here. That's where I want my little cabinet door to be. You have the freedom to make up whatever size you want for that, because it is not like a walk-through door. And I kept it simple for myself. I made it 3 feet by 7 feet. just like a normal door. And I don't even care if that was just like, you know, it's like, well, I wanted like a top cabinet and a bottom cabinet. Cool. But the area that it's going to take up is still going to be roughly 3 feet by 7 feet. So this doesn't have to be like precision accuracy. It's like how much area is taken away from where your door was. I did 21 square feet. So keep it simple for yourself. So add those up. Hold on. Does this cabinet door need to happen twice? Yes or no? Do you think any of these need to happen twice? The cabinet behind the wall, that doesn't need to happen twice. Would you agree with that? The bathtub behind this, that doesn't need to happen twice. But on this door, is the inside and the outside of that getting painted? So we got to do it twice, times 2. That's the tricky part where I can help you with that when you are doing your math. So there you go. Add all those up. Total specialty area. Oops, degrees? Wow. How about square feet? 120 square feet. Is that what y'all got? Cool. Why don't you pause the video and find your subtracted area and your area painted and come back with me. 490, take away 120. Oh, what? Oh, my bad. I got to add up all my subtracted area. I was thinking 120 is just the 120 is just the specialty area. So the subtracted area is the 120, the 21, and the 7.5, right? So how much is all of our subtracted area when we put those together? Did you get 148.5? Yeah. And then the area painted is 490 minus that, which is 341.5 square feet. But since we're going to do 2 coats, don't you need to take that home slice times 2? And I'll bet you feel pretty confident in yourself right now. I just have one other room that's got a lot of weirdness in it, and I think it's worth our time to do it. It's the kitchen. You obviously know the kitchen has cabinets, right? What our basic rule is, yes, I know kitchens have your bottom cabinets down below and your top cabinets up here. I don't care about top cabinets. We're going to paint behind those. You would probably do that in your real house if it was built for the first time, is you would put some paint behind it and then put your cabinets up, because it keeps that drywall kind of nice because of all the humidity that happens in your house and all of the, like your kitchen especially. There's so much like crazy steam from cooking and all that stuff. So we're going to only worry about bottom cabinets. What else is weird about this room? Right here. This is a wall. This is a wall. This is a wall. Would you believe I have an imaginary wall there in that case? There is no wall there. Many of you have imaginary walls in your design as well. How do you deal with it? It's pretty easy. I'm not going to paint it because it's not a wall there. You know what I'm saying? So what we'll do, sorry I forgot to title my room. My room is the kitchen up here. Didn't do that on the last one. And the room height is 10 feet. You affect the fact that it was an imaginary wall in your lateral area formula. You are only finding the perimeter of what you are painting. So I'm not going to include this fourth part of the room, even though it's rectangular. I got to add all this up. I'm going to save you a little bit of time. That's 15.5 feet is what that adds up to be. And how wide is the room? 10 feet. And that's 15.5 feet. Add these 3 numbers together to find the quote-unquote perimeter of what gets painted. How much, baby? 41. What is the height of the room that is getting painted? 10 is correct. So that is 410 square feet. Were there any closets in this room? That's the only specialty area that myself and Voorhees could think of. If you have a design on yours, let me know. It's like, is this special? But the specialty is a closet. Is there any closets in this guy where you got to paint inside and outside of it? So specialty area, 0. There was none. Total area that's getting painted, 410 square feet before there is any obstacles. And our obstacles could be like showers or doors or cabinets, right? Showers, doors, or cabinets. So, and windows as well. So there's a whole section devoted for windows. So yes, there is a window. He's a little hard to see right here. So there is a window right there, and my little poor self forgot to put the length on it. That might happen to you also when you're looking at your floor plan and go, oops, we didn't put a number here. Okay, well then make up a number there. So I'm going to make this window 3 feet. How tall do I want it to be? I'm going to make up a number also. I'm going to make it 3 feet. So you have to make up the heights of your windows for sure, because you didn't put that on your floor plan. You weren't asked to do that. But the widths should be there already. Isn't that 9 square feet for this window? Did you see that window? I think after looking at it, it makes really good sense that you have a window by your kitchen sink, you know, unless, of course, there's not an outside wall there. But most people's kitchen sinks, you look out a window. You know, I would say 95% of them. Are there any doors in this room? Yep, 1 door, 3 feet by 7 feet, 21 square feet. It just gets easier and easier because we kept things simple. But it's specialty time, right? Specialty time is the cabinets. So here's how it really works. Let's see if we can like totally rock out. Here's where we're not going to paint. If highlighting stuff helps you, like I'm doing up here, do it. But we're not going to paint there, because isn't that cabinet up against the wall? We're not going to paint there, because isn't that cabinet up against the wall? We're not going to paint here at all, because isn't that cabinet up against the wall? But what's my question about this cabinet? Is that pink part up against the wall? Yes or no? There is no wall there. It doesn't matter. It's cabinets up against walls that we have to remove that area. So it's the green zone. And in theory, it's like lateral area. You find that perimeter, you just add up all those lengths. So we will write down cabinets. And what I'd like to see is you actually add up all your lengths. This guy's length is 5 feet, so I'm going to put a 5. This guy's length is 3 feet, so I'm going to put a 3. And this guy's length is 15.5 feet. So like I just showing someone else, here's all my cabinets. I had a 5-foot long cabinet, a 3-foot long cabinet, and a 15.5 long cabinet, times the height of all the cabinets. And how tall is every cabinet? 3 feet. So then we'll quickly just show the person that's grading this that added up to be 23.5 feet times 3. And if you punch that in, oh no. What did you get? 70 what? 70.5? Oh no. I think I made a mistake here. So total specialty area, 70.5 square feet. Is that the right number? Because I have it wrong on my worksheet here. How much is our total subtracted area then? This, this, and this. 100.5. So all my worksheet is wrong. So 410 minus 100.5 is how much? Gracie, what is it? Thank you. Take it times 2. How much? 619 square feet. That sounded better than my estimate anyway. How do you feel about doing the math behind all of this? Now, let's put it on a work order. So, I want to go to Indian's hardware store and do paint. I'll do it for you guys. You'll have the freedom to do it, right? So when you do your 3 rooms, you have to use at least 2 different colors of paint. And what I mean by that is you have to choose something from the grays and then a second thing from either the pastels or the bolds. I'm not saying you have to use the grays, but what you can't do is say, I'm going to paint this network gray and this one rock candy and call that my 2 different colors. They came from the same palette, meaning the price of it is the same and the square footage covered is the same. You have to choose 2 different categories. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say? So you can use 3 different colors if you want, 2 different colors if you want, but bare minimum is 2. So here's what I have done. I have went to the back side and done my work order, and I have chosen for our bedroom, it's for our beautiful daughter who was brand new born, I have chose the pink color, right? So this is what color I'm going to do the bedroom. So we'll all do that the same. Let's go to our work order and fill out the room name was the bedroom. You got to do it in the pastels category, right? Because we've chosen it from the pastels. It was not in the grays. So you're in the second line, the pastels. And the name of it, you'll literally write it, was in the pink. If you see that here, that is the name of that color. Other choices in that category are Undercool, Banana Cream, and Green Vibes, right? Are you cool with the name of it? All right, so then what I did was, what is the area painted for the bedroom? A lot of flipping back and forth today. It's the whole thing with 2 coats, right? Because that's what we did. So it's the final number at the bottom. What did we have down there? 1275 square feet. Let's see if I had that. No, I did not. Then the next thing is, okay, how much coverage does a gallon give you? You'll see that on Indian Hardware Store, and it is right below the price. Do you see the coverage for this whole pastel? Any 4 of these colors will all cover 400 square feet. Because what they do is they just have this generic base coat, and they mix colors in it. You know, they make it the color that you want by putting dyes in there and stuff. So isn't that 400 square feet? Sorry, went the wrong way. 400 square feet. So how would I figure out how many gallons I would need? I have to paint 1275 square feet, and each one covers 400 square feet. How would I figure that out? Divide 1275 divided by 400. And this is the only thing that I'm going to paint pink, right? It's the only room. I have made that decision. So how many gallons of pink do I have to buy? 4 gallons. You will not even put the 3.1 blah, 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 blah. You are buying 4 gallons of it. Cool? The price per gallon, if you look back, it tells you the price per gallon on that. Is it $59.84? Is that right? Did you see where that was located here? Right there, $59.84 per gallon. So sweet. So now do the math. 4 gallons times $59.84 per gallon. Big old fat cost of $239.36. This is the only thing we're doing in pastel colors for myself, so I could also put that in my subtotal. And I like to put a dollar sign on it. Cool. But the other 2 rooms, I have decided to paint the same color. Right? So I'm going to do the same color on the other 2 rooms. And back on Indian's Hardware Store, this is my kitchen and my bathroom. I would like them to be this network gray color. Is that cool? So when I go to my next guy, I'm going to do bathroom. And I have made him network gray. Bathroom, network gray. And how much did we have for the bathroom just by itself? 683 square feet. But here's the weird part that I didn't think about when I typed up this work order. I don't need to finish anything else because I'm going to keep using this color of paint for other rooms. So I'm going to stop with that right there and put my next room down, which is the kitchen. Oh, sorry, the kitchen. Because I also want to do the kitchen network gray. And save you from flipping. Oh, I had the wrong number. So it's 619. Is that what we had? 619 square feet. This is all the rooms that I would like to paint network gray. So what you will do then is hopefully not fill up all of these. Like you shouldn't possibly have 5 rooms all the same color. You know what I mean? It's like maximum I think is 4, the way I think about it. We will put a big fat total down here. We're going to do total for network gray. So we'll just put that down in the bottom one. So let's add those 2 numbers up for me, if you would. And I got to fix mine since I had a mistake. 683 plus 619. Katie, could you tell me? 1302. Does that sound right to y'all? Thank you. 1302 square feet. Now we can fill out the rest. Let's go back to Network Gray. Here's the category I'm on. What is the coverage that Network Gray gives me? 325 square feet. So 325 square feet. So I need to divide this by 325. So 1302 divided by 325, baby. Ooh. Doesn't that suck, right? How many gallons of paint should we buy? Yeah. I'd like to talk about it, though. You could probably make it work with 4 gallons, you know, but you'd be cut thin. And then if I say, okay, 4 gallons is okay, then it's like, where do I have a cutoff at? It's like, what if it's like 4.1? Don't you need 5 gallons? You know, so we're going to always round up, right? We're going to make that our rule. Cool, 5 gallons. And how much is the price per gallon? $48.99, right? Yeah, $48.99. So let's do the math on that. Could you tell me what that is? 244 what? 95. Thank you so much. 244.95. And that's everything for our grades. So again, remember today is only about your 3 rooms, right? Your 3 rooms only. When we're all said and done, we'll put all 6 rooms together on one giant work order. That's what goes on the trifold. But I want to do the grading first before we make our final project. So like I'll grade your 3 rooms, and then I'll grade your partner's 3 rooms, and if they're both right, then you shouldn't have much to worry about because you're just copying your own work down and you're figuring tax up a little bit differently. Cool? So, all right. So let's fill this whole thing out. Unfortunately, I have some wrong numbers here, so I want to just fix the basics. That should have been 5. This should have been 244.95, and the same thing there, 244.95. Cool. The only other thing, because I got 0 bolts, is labor on this guy. The labor, we're going to pay somebody to paint it. Now, you may have already done some painting in your life. Painting is not nearly as hard as putting the flooring in. So I get it. It's like, what if we wanted to just paint this ourselves? Too bad, so sad. I want you to do the math on figuring up labor. I need to know the total area painted. Don't you have to add up all your square footages, right? So I also forgot to put my square feet inside of this guy, so we will add these up. So these need to be little squared, 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 squared. So you're adding that, which is the wrong number, isn't it? 1302. And this. How much, baby? 2570 what? 77. And what we're going to charge for labor, or what they are charging us for labor, is written right across the way. It's 25 cents per square foot. So you just take this 2577 times 25 cents. 2577 times 0.25. How much will they charge us to paint our house? $644.25. And then the subtotal, you add this and this and this together. You're just adding up straight down the list. Adding them all up. So my subtotal is wrong because I had a mistake. So I added all those guys up and got $1128.56. That's what we will pay tax on. How much do we take that times? 0.0925. So times 0.0925. 39 cents or 40 cents? What will the government do? 40 cents. 104.40. And then you add all those bad boys up and get a grand total. So this plus whatever I just wrote down, 1128, 2856. So 1232.96, is that right? 1232.96 is what you pay. The work shown is what's going to get you your points, man. So you will do this for your 3 rooms only. Rule is you have to use 2 different color palettes, minimum. If you want to use all 3, great. Variety of colors inside of there, you can do whatever you want. But what that doesn't allow you to do is tag team. Like if I chose network gray for one room and then like a different color gray, I got to do separate, you know, like figurings on how much that should be. So because I chose the exact same color, that's when I got to add those together. Is that all right? So let's do it, man.